Welcome back to Esoteric Ramblings, everybody. I'm Jesse Arnold, and today I'm giving you Week 12 of Comic Haul Rundown 2021. Welcome back to the Ramblings, everyone. It's March 24th, New Comic Book Day, or it is at the time of recording this. It's late in the day. Was a bit of an exciting day. I got my new iPad Pro to do some artwork, so hopefully I'll be doing some of that soon. Not necessarily on the channel, but if you follow my stuff on Instagram, once I start doing art that's suitable to share, I will be putting I'll be putting it up there probably. So yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, just shelve it, just.shelve.it is where that goes, and it also shows off more pictures of my collections and stuff. But this is the Comic Rundown, Week 12, March 24th, 2021, and let's just jump right into it. At the top of the list, with Amazing Spider-Man number 62. It's taken a little bit of an adjustment for me to get used to Spidey in his new suit. Let's see. This was a fun issue. It's got him and Boomerang dealing with Kingpin coming after Boomerang's pet, Gog, or Grog, whatever his name is, the little monster Gog that has been shrunken down to pet size. It was kind of fun. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. One of the things I'm really missing about this book is the whole Spider-Man Peter MJ dynamic, which was a lot of the reason I got into this series when it restarted, because that was a big deal, and then she goes off to make her movie, and I've been missing that plot line in this book, so it's kind of come back a little bit lately, but not as much as I'm interested in seeing. So this series is starting to lose me a little bit with that. It's good, but there's a lot of other things to read, and yeah. That said, it was a good issue. We'll see where this goes. I'll round this out for a little bit more, see how it goes. Up next is Cable number 9. This book almost made it into the top 3 this week. I really enjoyed this issue. Some great one-liners and jokes and things in this, along with all the heavy stuff that Cable is dealing with. But I'm really excited not really excited. I'm more intrigued to see older Cable come back at some point, and I think this feels like this issue is going to be, the road to that storyline happening. I also really love this Sentinel tiki mug they've got there from the Green Lounge, or the Green Room, whatever they call it there, the tiki bar on Krakoa. Marvel production people, Sentinel tiki mug, geeky tikis. Definitely need a Sentinel head mug like this to add to the collection. I never knew I wanted it till I saw it on there, and now I can't stop thinking about it. Following along the footsteps of his brothers, Tmnt Best of Michelangelo one-shot is out today, collecting a couple great issues from the IDW run and beyond, of course. So yeah, this is a great issue if you are a fan of Michelangelo, like the other ones have been for the other respective turtles. And I just love these bright, colorful covers they're doing for these. And it is a light week this week, so we are now at the cover of the week already. And that's following suit with last week, and maybe even the week before, the Women's History Month variant for Black Panther featuring Shuri. This is such a great cover. Jen Bartel really knocked it out of the park with this one. Just the colors and the designs. You've got some of the Wakanda styles there, and the shapes and everything on the coat. This is just a really great cover. Absolutely love this. These Women History Month covers have been fantastic. If you can get your hands on them, they're really cool. Unfortunately, I did not read the issue itself. I probably will give it a shot before I put it in the bag and board, but there it is. Because I've not been following the Black Panther series, but I might check that one out since I have it. And now we are on to the top 3 for the week, starting with number 3, Excalibur 19. A story I feel has been in the works for quite a while, since the separation of Betsy from her Psylocke body back in the day when she was merged with Quanon. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Yeah, so this is interesting because now Betsy was defeated, destroyed, what have you, during the Ten of Swords storyline, and reformed the Captain Britain Corps throughout all realities. And yeah, this is fun. I'm ready for her to get back and rejoin the rest of the characters. We seem to have another character show up that I think has been around recently, if I'm remembering correctly. I won't spoil who that is, but it was cool to see Quanon, or the current Psylocke, her Otherworld uniform, as their costumes change when they go to the Otherworld, so that was kind of a cool design. Up next, for number 2 this week, is Harley Quinn number 1. I am, I guess, officially admitting I have become a Harley Quinn fan. Now, granted, I was around in the 90s watching the Batman show, animated show, when it came out and they introduced her, and I always thought she was a cool character. But I think finally with the Birds of Prey movie and with the direction they're taking her in the current Batman and this comic, where she's aligning more with the heroes outrightly, I'm really digging this take on Harley, and I'm really intrigued to see where it goes. Really enjoyed the writing in this issue and the art. Stephanie Phillips writing, Riley Rossmo on art, Ivan Placencia on colors. Yeah, is a lot of fun. I really like the way they're drawing her in this. It's just such a different take on her visually than the way we've seen her in a lot of the current books. It feels more fun, more playful, and not so... I mean, it's got its twisted side to it too, but she doesn't feel as objectified in this, and just some of the dialogue she has me chuckling when I'm reading it. So yeah, Harley Quinn number 1, coming out of Future State, was a lot of fun. And my number 1 book for the week for March 24th, 2021 is Once and Future number 17. I mean, just look at this cover. I mean, it's crazy to think that this is Merlin, King Arthur, Galahad or Gawain? Galahad. And I'm not sure I can't remember who these other characters are. But this is a horrifying rendition of these classic mythological characters, and I'm really enjoying this series. I'm afraid that it's getting close to an end point, which is sad, but I could be completely wrong. It feels like it's leading towards a climax, but it could also just be the end of the first chapter, the first part, and we'll move on to something else down the road. I don't know, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Great art, great storytelling. Once and Future number 17. If you have not checked this series out, I know the first 2 volumes are available. I think that should get you up through issue 12, I believe, 10 or 12. And that's it. That's my comic rundown for nope, there's something else. There is something else, because I don't always remember to show the graphic novels and collected editions I get. So I wanted to do that this week with the X-Men Inferno Omnibus. It's one of the few X-Men omnibuses I am missing from my X-Men collection. I'd have to go through and really check things out. This one's got a new cover, and this collects the entire Inferno story. X-Factor 33 through 40, Exterminators 1 through 4, Uncanny X-Men 239 to 243, New Mutants, and on and on and on. So yes, one more giant gap in my X-Men Omnibus collection has been filled. I did not take it out of the plastic yet. I probably won't until I sit down and read through these. just because of moving around things so much. You can see my graphic novel Omnibus X-Men down here. There's a whole nother row underneath. I just try to preserve the condition of the slipcovers on those a little bit. So the last couple ones I've gotten, I haven't taken out of the wrappers yet. So, which is sad. I don't like leaving things wrapped up if I don't have to, but I just want to leave them in there until I get around to reading them. And one that I'm looking forward to rereading soon, Skyward from Image Comics, is now an Eisner nominee from a really great series from Image, from Joe Henderson, Lee Garbett, Antonio Fabella, Simon Boland, Rick Lopez Jr., and Erica Shantz. Created by Joe Henderson and Lee Garbett. This series is absolutely fantastic. This is the hardcover collected edition of the entire series. It collects issues 1 through 15, and it has a new epilogue, which I did not read yet, but I'm looking forward to reading it when I go through it. It's got some behind-the-scenes black and white panels and sketches and things in the back, which are really great. Image does a usually really nice job with like the supplemental materials they put in the back of their books. Skyward, if I didn't get a chance to talk about this in any of my older videos, because it's been a while since the series concluded, is an absolutely beautiful story. Great artwork about a future version of Earth where gravity has been greatly reduced and most people float around because the gravity's diminished. No one's walking around on the Earth without special gear. So the richer you are, the closer to the ground you live, and because you can afford gravity boots and whatnot. So, and it's all about this girl as she's kind of like a bike messenger. Bike, because she doesn't have a bike, she floats around between buildings and does deliveries and things. So courier of sorts. And yeah, it's a great series. Absolutely love it. I cannot recommend it enough. And it's just gorgeous artwork. I will show you one of the early pages just to give you some full color. Don't want to show you too early because I don't want to spoil anything. So yeah, 20 years later, I will say this. So we start off more in a current realistic world, and then the gravity thing happens. So this is 20 years later. This is what's her name? Willa, as she is zipping through the sky, holding on to like zip lines and stuff to move from building to building. So yeah, that's it. That is the rundown for the week with those two collected editions. Yes, so that's it. I will bid you all a fond farewell. Have a great evening, day, afternoon, whatever it is. And I'll catch you back for Falcon and Winter Soldier on Friday. I will say this. I did finish the Zack Snyder Justice League cut. And I take some of it back. I was actually surprised how much I enjoyed this movie, considering how much I don't enjoy Batman v Superman and some pretty big things in Man of Steel I did not like. But overall, I don't need to go back to the Snyderverse. I'm happy I saw this, and we can move on and see different things. He had some really cool ideas, and I read some interviews and things the last couple days about things he wanted to do that I'm glad did not make it into the movies. Some other things that I thought should have made it into the movies. But yeah, so yeah, Justice League Snyder Cut, much better than I expected, but I don't feel it's the groundbreaking, amazing movie that a lot of other people I'm seeing online are thinking it is. But it's definitely better than the theatrical cut in a lot of ways. There's a couple things from the theatrical cut I miss. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with it, and I, don't feel like I wasted 4 hours, which I was sure I was going to feel like that when I finished it. So, saw a couple other movies this week. Synchronic with Anthony Mackie and Jamie Dornan, which was fantastic. and Greenland, the disaster movie on Amazon, I believe, which is also incredible. It is probably my favorite disaster movie right now, or at least one I would rank as the best movie of disaster movies. Day After Tomorrow is always going to hold a special place in my heart, as is Twister and some of the other ones, but I think Greenland is an amazing movie. I think Gerard Butler and Morena Baccarin acted the hell out of that movie. I'm super impressed with what they did. I mean, I think they're both great actors, but they did a great job in this movie, and Synchronic with Anthony Mackie and Jamie Dornan was incredible. It's definitely not a feel-good movie, but it was, again, great performances. Was from Benson and Moorhead, who did what was it? The Resolution and The Endless. So check those movies out if you like cool, freaky, weird sci-fi kind of horror-y movies. And Synchronic is definitely a weird movie about some EMTs in New Orleans stumbling across the after effects of people taking a new designer drug, and it's really interesting as well. That said, Justice League is definitely an R-rated movie, so it's up to everybody how they want to raise their kids, but it is definitely not for youngsters. There's a couple F-bombs. The violence is a little bit more amped up. Yeah. I mean, it definitely could have been a lot worse with an R rating for as long as it is, but yeah, that's it. I'm rambling on again, and that's what I do here, but I'll do some full-on movie reviews of those down the road, so hopefully. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching, and ramble on.